Hey team, happy Monday. I'm early with your video update this week, but since I missed you last week, it felt right. I wanted to share that we had a really great week last week, and I'm particularly proud of everybody who's been putting in some extra shifts while we've had some team members out. Congratulations to our two mamas who welcomed babies into their family last week. Lacey welcomed her sweet new baby Ivy, and Diana welcomed her new baby Walter. So our family's just growing. Congratulations to the mamas and the new families. That's so exciting for you. Also, other exciting news is we got our resort painted this week, and we're continuing on. We'll have a few more spaces to finish, finishing up the hallways and the daycare room, as well as grooming and call center this week. And then we'll also be finishing the remainder of the suites and updating their decor. So I'm really excited to have that come together, all just in time for summertime. In about 3 weeks, we'll actually be finishing up our daycare yard. That's going to include having an expansion of our deck, about 30 by 10 feet expanded. So that's going to be a nice extra play area. And we're adding new turf. And besides it looking nice and giving more deck space to the dogs, it's also going to cut down on some of the mud and sand that we struggle with as well. So I'm really excited to have that work out. I'll share some details with the resort team and their update as how that's going to look and any impact that's going to have there. But onwards and upwards, this is part of the good to great thing. Really excited to refocus on ourselves and have these spaces updated for summertime. Also, this week we have completed our inventory, which means that we have counted just about everything that we own and updated that. Lots of needs have arisen from those, so we can see exactly what we had in hand and adjusted order points and so on. It's just been a really good project. I'm really particularly proud of Melinda and Dawn and Lauren for leading that, and I want to give another big shout out praise to Megan. She helped in a big way to make that all happen. So thank you so much for that, and I think that we're just a lot stronger for it. Coming up this week, we're going to be adding a permanent space for Calvin and Curtis to move into the cat playroom. This will be where they will live from now on. That means just really they're going to sleep in there because we all know that they roam free during the day. But this is going to open up some space where we've not been able to rent out condo space for more cats. And that's really critical right now as we head into summer without our cat condos completed yet. So that'll be 2 extra spaces that we'll get. Calvin and Curtis will just sleep in the cat playroom when it's not in use, and then again they'll roam for the rest of the day. We should be able to nail that down this week. One change that we brought forward last week, but that didn't maybe hit everybody's ears, was about our process for clay paws. We need to charge for those. They're $16.50. That's the cost that we want to pass on to the owner. And that's the approximate cost that it takes to purchase the clay, make the paw, and get it out the door. It's pretty expensive when you think about it, and it's not something that we're comfortable wrapping up into the cost of the euthanasia because not everybody wants one, not everybody gets one, and we're really not that good at it. We are great at making them and we make them beautiful, but we're really not that good at getting them into the hands of owners. So by popular demand, we've brought it back for purchase, and this is how we want it to look. Specifically, make the clay paw during the appointment, but before the owner leaves, you need to give them the paw. It's really critical that you give it to them. So they're paying for it and they should be asking for it back, but you give it to them then, and you can give it to them unbaked. Very easy to bake them. You guys know exactly how to do it. You can tell the owners, but give it to them that way they can leave with them in hand. It's totally acceptable. We used to do it all the time, and it's funny how that standard had shifted over the years. This is a stepping stone process to get us to where we're headed, which is right now we're going to be in negotiations with our cremation company to work towards including those in the cost for the cremation. And then we would only have to sell those for pets who maybe were going to be facing a home burial and wouldn't be managed by a cremation company. Just letting you guys know the big picture so that you know how to adjust yourself with that. Big congratulations to a couple people. Andrea has been promoted to an assistant manager of our call center team. This has been a long time coming. She's been like pseudo acting in this role for quite a while, and we are just really proud to make it official and welcome her to our assistant manager team. Lots of great things happen in that call center, y'all, if you don't know. And to have a point person as strong as she is makes me really, really proud and puts a lot of promise into the future. So thank you and congratulations to Andrea. We're especially proud of you. Also, from the customer care team, over the last few weeks, we've had a couple promotions that I wanted to bring to light today. Taylor, Becca, and Ashley have all been promoted to a level 2. So congratulations to those ladies as well. Coming up later this week, I never want this to be a surprise to you all or for y'all to be nervous or intimidated, but we do have some division leaders from our partners at NVA coming through the practice. They'll be here on Thursday in the morning time, and they're really just here to check in on us and see how we're doing. There's no intimidation factor intended or even necessary for you to feel at this. They're really just here to appreciate our work and continue to build a relationship and get to know us. I think that you all can appreciate that, considering that's our core value and theirs as well. So don't be intimidated, but do just know that it's coming. You don't have to adjust yourself in any way other than being aware. Maybe you have questions. Maybe you want to make a point to introduce yourself. All those things are fine. They'll be touring the practice on Thursday and then spending some time probably in the office areas after that. Last thing, really important, the note that I wanted to end on is just to make sure that we all continue to embrace the fact that we're open 24/7 and that we are not an emergency clinic, which means that as a general practice, we can see emergencies anytime. We don't shift at a certain point of day to stop seeing routine appointments or to start seeing emergencies. That means that we are committed to doing all of our craft 24/7. So I never want to see us turning appointments away before or after certain times of the day. And I've seen that a lot lately through side notes. Maybe we don't end up turning them away, but the fact that we have to ask, can we see an appointment at this time? Does this pet qualify for an appointment at this time? Just leads me to believe that some of us aren't really soaking in and embracing what we're about. And I want to see that better because we all have to be on the same page. We're all on the same team to accomplish the same goal. Really, really important. You should not ever have to ask or feel like you have to ask in our practice if a patient can be seen at a certain time. In fact, we never turn patients away unless we feel like it's for their own benefit, meaning if there's a facility that can serve a patient better than we can at a given time or with a different specialty than we have to offer, we'll never turn them away. So really, really important that we all understand that. We see all creatures, all times of the day. Of course, we have specialty areas that you can schedule for non-emergent things. But when it comes down to a patient who has an emergent need, we're going to see them. You don't have to ask for permission unless a doctor's already told you otherwise. Just make sure that that soaks in for you and that we're all understanding that to a point where we can act that way. It's really, really important. This is part of the journey from good to great. We're going to keep saying it because we want to keep embracing it and we want to get ourselves to the great point. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you'll have a great rest of your week. And congratulations on the promotions and to our growing families again. We're just so happy. Thanks, y'all.